Welcome to the June 10th, 2019 Crosby Township Board of Election, Board of Trustees, where I am, wherever we are, Board of Trustees meeting. Would you rise and for the pledge of allegiance, please? Okay. Roll call, please.
Mr. Dole,
Present.
Mr. Niehaus,
Present.
Mr. Heiss,
Present. Okay, I need approval for the minutes for the regular meeting, May the 13th, 2019. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any guessing or correction? If none,
None.
roll call, please.
Mr. Dole,
Yes.
Mr. Niehaus,
Yes.
Mr. Heiss,
Yes. Okay, approval of the bills presented. Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
A second?
I'll second.
Any bill you want to talk about, Bob? Or?
nope.
No, okay. If none, roll call, please.
Mr. Dole,
Yes.
Mr. Niehaus,
Yes.
Mr. Heiss,
Yes. Okay, correspondence. Mr. Niehaus?
The only thing I got is this invitation to Hamilton County Board of Public Health celebrating 100 years of health service. It's a little meeting with special guest Dr. Robert Redfield. He's Director of Center for Disease Control and Prevention. It's at the Centos Center, August 1st, 2019, 4 to 6. And if everyone wants to go, there's an RSVP card here. If they want to go.
August 1st.
2019,
And what time on that?
4 to 6:30.
And who is the speaker or whatever?
Dr. Robert Redfield.
Redfield.
Yep. Cash bar, Denny.
Mr. Dow?
Nothing.
Okay. I received a postcard from the Powder Run Chemical Companies. They're having an annual community advisory panel meeting. If you remember, we used to meet quarterly, and last year they decided they didn't want to meet quarterly anymore, so now they're going to have an annual meeting June the 25th at 6 o'clock. And it would be at 10740 Powder Run Road at the Needs Corporation. So,
July 25th,
June 25th,
June 25th.
yes.
And where is it?
At Needs, NEASE Corporation. It's 10740 Powder Run Road. They're two chemical companies right next to each other. So basically they're going to update you with an environment update. So all I have. Okay, yes. The Sheriff's Department?
Looks like for the month of May, there's 117 calls for service in the township. 4 cases were assigned to our detectives, and during this rating period, 1 case was closed out, which could have been a case from this month, last year. Looks like we took 4 criminal reports, 2 of our non-criminal reports, which are 80 cases and property damage report. 9 reported auto accidents in the township, which was up 7, and we had 2 OVI arrests in the township. And I got the report from Sergeant Raker on the traffic detail report. Besides that, nothing else to report, unless there's something from the trustees.
Did you catch anybody in Fort Scott?
I don't get reports on if they wrote any tickets. I know they hit Crosby Road, and one of the neighbors actually emailed me back and forth a little bit, so I think we're out there and hopefully slow them down a little bit. Same with Fort Scott.
Yeah.
Nope.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Public at large? Anybody?
Mm-hmm.
You're public, ain't you? You gotta go up there and state your name.
I'll say if anybody wants any copies. Okay. My name is Lori Guilfoyle. My mom's here with me, Donna Brickner. But I'm here on behalf of my son, Jacob Guilfoyle. He's a member of Boy Scout Troop 293, and this troop has served in Crosby Township for a very long time. Jacob's Eagle Scout project is to install 2 granite benches at the flag at the New Haven Cemetery near the Veterans Memorial. And these benches have been provided to us by Jonas Memorial. And we're looking for sponsors to help pay for the benches, which includes your family's name being engraved on the bench. The cost is $250 for your family's name on half of the bench. And if anyone is interested or has any questions, please let Jacob know or myself. We have our phone number here, 513-367-2161. I just kind of wanted to come to make an awareness and see if anybody would be interested, any trustees or anybody in Crosby Township. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay.
Great.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay. Reports, legal, Alan?
I have no
I'm
report.
sorry. You got no report? Yeah. Okay.
I'm done. Good evening.
My name's Sonny Hill. I'm a resident over at the Rancho Mobile Home Park. Last meeting, I didn't get to make it, but I did watch online where I watched a guy absolutely ridicule our fire department. On the 16th, I had a cardiac event where West Jed was able to make it to my location from being dispatched from Butler County over to Hamilton County. West Jed made it there in just under 9 minutes. When they did make it there, we unfortunately had our life squad was out of service, so we had to outsource to Morgan Township. And I just want to give a huge thanks to the fire department as well as West Jed. They did an absolutely amazing job. Morgan Township was able to make it to my home in 13 minutes. I have to say that's absolutely amazing, from call out to time of arrival. So I just wanted to give a thanks to both West Jed and Crosby Township. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thanks.
Is that Sunny Hill? Is that?
Yes.
Okay. Mayor Department, Harry?
Thanks for all your work on all those different, Harry. Thanks for all your work on a busy month of May with the cleanup and then the Crosby Day and then the Memorial Day. So, it's a busy day for you and Brenda both, or busy month for you and Brenda both, and you guys both handled it quite well.
Thank you. We're a good team.
Yeah.
Okay. Fire department,
We had 28 EMS details and 23 fire details during May, for a total of 51 total details. During May, fire EMS crews, along with WestJed, spent 2 different days at Crosby Elementary. One day, crews participated in a career day, talking to the kids about what we do on a regular basis, how we train, giving them some just basic information. Second day, WestJed did a basic fire and EMS safety talk. It's called a CHASE program, where we go in, we talk to the 5th grade class about safety. And they gave them projects, posters to make, essays to write, and they picked up the posters, went through them, and picked a couple winners to ship off to attempt to get an iPod for the winner. That was, the kids enjoyed that. The 5th grade class enjoyed that. I am proud to announce that we had 3 members that have successfully passed and completed the paramedic program. They are now working as paramedics on shift. And those members are Nick Gerhart, Brandon Littleton, and Daniel Williams. That's all I've got.
Could you name that again?
Nick Gerhart, Brendan Littleton, and Danny Williams.
Thank you.
So how many paramedics does that give you now on your staff? Just,
Roughly 28,
that's good.
28.
That's very good. We're always getting these other words that were not covered with.
We currently have 2 more in class. That class has just started, so that's also a good thing.
No, that's very good. So we could be up to 30. Yeah, so we're covered quite well. So good, thank you.
Now, do they automatically get moved up in pay?
I will talk with, yes, that'll happen the next pay cycle.
Okay.
Excellent.
any other question? Comment? No?
Nope.
Okay. Guess we're ready for Brenda.
Hello there. The month of May was busy, as already been stated, but it was also very rewarding for all of us here in Crosby Township. And I was just thinking about that to recap it, like was mentioned, the Crosby cleanup kind of started us off good. We got rid of all the trash, cleaned up our whole township just to prepare for the things that were coming. Crosby Day at Strickers Grove was a great, fun day for all of us who were there. And the weather was reported to be daunting, and it was going to be terrible, but it didn't turn out near what was reported. But the ones who came out anyway were certainly rewarded. There were a lot of volunteers with tables, demonstrations, and it was informative as well as fun and that end of things. We appreciated surely the businesses and organizations that made that possible. We had a DJ, Bruce Meyer, who provided festive music for the day. And there were many township employees, including the fire department, everybody kind of helped out in different ways to make it unique as a gift to our township. The area businesses here donated over $2,000 worth of gifts and prizes that were given away as door prizes from the free tickets that were distributed upon entering the park. And I'm just now finishing up that distribution, and then I'll begin writing all the thank you notes to let everyone know how much we appreciated that. Then, thanks to the maintenance team, the township was beautifully decorated. I'm sure everybody saw it with all the American flags to commemorate Memorial Day. Our parade was the largest yet, with approximately 27 entries. We were blessed with the awesome parade and then a very reverent service in the New Haven Cemetery. The many participants that gather of our township, it's just a neat thing that it's almost a tribute to the way the township residents come together to remember those who have given the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom. So as a collective group of people, we honored that. So I will also be sending out thank you notes to those folks as well. And just in this last week, The seniors had a wonderful trip to West Virginia. 18 of us journeyed to the Blennerhassett Hotel in Parkersburg. We learned a lot about the local history and the role they had in the early days of our country. The hotel was stellar, seriously, if you ever get a chance to go there. Everyone enjoyed a busy schedule of sightseeing and delicious food, and the weather was perfect. And then we just got back Saturday night. So now I'll be able to stay here and clean up my mess and start writing my thank you notes. But it was good. It was a good month. Thank you.
Thank you for all your time, and the month of May is, Brenda don't get it to relax the month of May.
No,
Now she can relax.
that's right. It was
It's
well
the
worth
month
the
of May.
effort.
I don't know why everything's the month of May. It's not ever, everything's done in the month of May for Brent, for her job. It's
Thank you.
a lot of letter writing to people and that, so it was a lot of work. She does a great job.
You know, one of the most fun things, Jim, was that, we had the parade all lined up and ready and everything, and then in came about 2 or 3 more people there was a whole string of those old cars, and they said, we know where to go. We're just going to go to the back. We know we're not in your parade. We want to be in the parade. You're just not you're not on your paper yet. I go, no problem. Just get back there and get in line. And so it was fun having 2 or 3 people arrive that we didn't expect, but they just wanted to be a part of it. So it's just become, an event that everybody wants to be involved
Yeah, I
in.
think every year there's somebody shows up that's not on the list.
That's right. It's great.
So it's impressive. Our parade, I think, is pretty nice. Just for our community size, it's a pretty decent parade.
Mhm.
So, all right.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you, Brenda.
You're welcome, Chuck.
Anything else? Brenda?
And another thing I'd like to say, Brenda put on a health fair, and some people were here that were there and stuff. It was really pretty interesting, so I think if we can get that to grow, I think it'll be something neat for this community to start, that was in April, wasn't it? Or was it
Right, I think it
May?
was almost the
Last
last
week
day
of
of
April.
April.
Almost May.
That's right. It felt like it was in May. They all lumped together.
But there was pretty interesting people here and stuff, and, and that's pretty neat. But we just need to get it bumped up a little bit, so
Thank you.
that people can remember that for next year.
That's right. Try new things. That was what it was about, for the community to come in and even experience our center and our grounds if they've never been here. It was a fun event. And there was a lot of neat, every half an hour we had a different speaker or something new happening. So you came, you learned some things, and you tried something you've probably never done before. So that worked.
Yeah, you had door prizes. What were the total door prizes you gave out?
$600.
$600.
Mhm.
Okay. I forgot, and I guess the other 2 forgot too. I asked them. And Chris was involved with pulling out the numbers, their name.
Yeah.
There were happy people who came, and those who stayed were rewarded.
Okay. Okay, Bob.
I did hear somebody say during the walk that a resident, that they wish the flags were up all year. I don't know if you guys have gotten any people saying, is it possible to keep those up? And I don't know what the weather would do to them, but just came to my mind as you were talking about the events.
Well, I was
Go ahead.
thinking about telling Harry to leave them up until the 4th, but then when I was coming down the road, he was taking them down. He was about done. I didn't want to say, go put them back up.
I just want to get it down before we got rained on.
Right. Well, think about it for next year, maybe.
But Flag Day is what?
June
Thursday?
14th usually, I think.
Yeah.
Or 14th,
Just
so
Friday.
Friday's
Friday.
Flag Day, so.
The only thing I'm concerned about, the wind gets, it tears them up.
Yeah.
But you put them back up for a 4th, don't you?
Yeah, I put them up, 3 times this year, we'll put them up.
They make a neat, awesome statement, I think.
There's a lot of people from everywhere
I mean, they're beautiful.
says something about it. Yeah. We get a lot of compliments on
Yeah,
that.
we do.
So.
Was that last year you left it up and it's July 4th? And, yeah. They're not very real strong. So, Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they won't ban it.
Okay. Bob.
No additional report, I just made that observation.
I'll remind the trustees and Bob, is that we call it tax budget for 2020. I believe it due July the 20th. So when you could either set up a meeting, a lot of time we have a meeting like a half hour, 45 minutes before a regular meeting. I don't know if you want to do it then or have a separate day or,
Do we usually do it the same day as a trustee meeting, just before?
I'll
Mhm.
So
put that
next
a lot.
month is July 8th?
Yeah.
Is
So,
that,
I-
if we have it then, does that give us enough window to?
is that enough time for you? Otherwise, we can probably delay it a week later, maybe the 15th. Because I believe it's due the 20th.
I'd just soon have the meeting on the 8th, if that's before this meeting, if that's okay with you
Yeah,
guys.
you can have like 6:30 before a regular meeting.
So, July 8th, 6:30 PM. And I have to get that 10 days ahead of time to the paper.
The Harrison paper, yes.
He's writing it down right now.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
If we're on the way, or?
Yeah, he said it'll be right here.
Okay. I guess we can go on old business, Mr. Niehaus.
I don't have any.
Mr. Doe?
None.
None. So. Okay, we could have, I guess that, it could go on a new business, I guess, the Hamilton County Township Association meeting on May the 29th.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to say about that? Or?
No, not really. Just had different speakers that were.
Oh, okay. So,
Did they say anything about the proposed settlement?
Oh, yes. The waterworks is. It's supposed to be finished at
Yeah.
the 1.25 rate.
yeah, they said, they also mentioned the Hamilton County shore. They, I guess they trying to come up with agreement for that. The MSD.
I hadn't heard anything since I got that email last month, and I knew that meeting was gonna happen on the 29th, and they were gonna talk about it then, about the settlement. I haven't seen anything since.
No, I think it's pretty much done now, isn't it? From what they said at that meeting.
Yeah, I think they was trying
That
to
they
get it down writing or whatever. So,
agreement was 1.25.
They're gonna have to do something in court and get the case dismissed, so there's probably gonna be some filing before they conclude it.
yeah, they're waiting for the judges, I guess, or whatever, writing from the judges. So,
Yeah, I think the other thing they talked about is Bill Blessing was there talking about the gas tax, and the increase to each of the cities and townships.
yeah. Yeah, Crosby, I think, went up about 57,000
Correct.
for each year, 2020 and 2021. So,
goes up like another 1,000 a year after that. But that's a nice increase.
And I think the question about the workman comp funding, I guess they need to increase the funding for that. So there's no decision made on that yet, I know of.
Right.
So, okay. I guess that's the important stuff. So.
Yep.
Okay, Rick?
We had 10 zoning permits issued last month. And we've got 2 BZA and zoning commission meetings coming up. We've got tentative dates, but we still have to notify the other people. That's what we've got this month, and that's pretty much it.
Okay. Any question for Rick?
You going along doing something at the property from Long Street, or?
Well, that's what I've got to talk with the deputy. I contacted the one person, I'm working with him, and the other two, first off, I'm going to do is I'm going to issue tickets and try and get them cited to court, and then we'll go from there as to whether we're going to remove the cars. And I'm going to have a discussion with the sheriff tonight as to how to, go about that.
Okay. I got old business. The other thing I want to bring up is the Crosby Township Security Society. According to our lease, we were required to purchase $1 million in liability insurance. We did that. It was we purchased it on May the 17th. So I got a copy of that. So, okay.
Did you say liability insurance?
Yeah, it was $1 million liability insurance that the Historical Society was required to
And
purchase.
when did you purchase that?
May 17th.
Okay, thanks.
So, that all I have. New business, Mrs. Niehaus?
I don't know if you, Chris, were contacted by the real estate guy from the news cable.
No.
Rick, I want you to pay attention to. You were contacted by the real estate agent for Med News Cable, I guess?
Last week.
Yeah, and he called me the other.
I asked him to give you a call.
Yeah,
I was out of town
okay.
with phone
Did he
off.
call you, Chuck?
No, he's out.
I told him,
I told Chuck about
okay, and
He
I
told me in person.
And I told him to call Chris because Chris was on, I believe you were on zoning. Was you on zoning at the time before Scott was going on, and you knew all? They're wanting us, the way I understand, they want us to rezone that piece of property. Is that what you're getting out of it, Rick?
I told him, the piece of property is going up for sale. They want to sell it, and I told him that 9 acres of it was zone designated for township use only. He wanted to know what the possibilities of getting it rezoned. I said you have to go through the procedure. He also wanted, I told him a little history on it, and I said that, township's interested in purchasing the property, but the price is too high. And then I asked him to give you a call as to whether you're still interested in it or not. And that's where it ended.
Was you on it, Denny? Was you?
I thought that property was supposed to be donated to the town.
Well, that's what I told him, but it never happened because
Really, because it went in.
it never got paid for by the developer. Mr. News Cable was never paid.
Is that the property that the
Yes.
builder transferred to, and it still had a mortgage on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one went about switching, remember?
Right.
Years ago,
Right.
and it was never paid for. The developer never owned a piece of property that he gave it to us. Okay.
He owned it, but there was a mortgage on it. And then everything got foreclosed on, including that parcel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But the property remains township use only.
yeah. And I explained it to that real estate agent, and I says, that's our only bargaining power we got left, is that it's zoned for township. We can work out another deal maybe. I mean, that's the only thing we can, right? I mean, there
Yeah, I
was-
mean, he's got the opportunity to come back to the zoning commission and have it rezoned, but I said, you know, I don't have any answers for you, one way or the other, but I do know the township wanted that piece of ground. So I just left it at that.
I mean, that was all set up, part of the deal to be able to build Fort Scott.
Yes.
And,
He'd have to come, like you said, back before a zoning commission, correct? Yeah.
But it all, I mean, all that property, you had the multifamily, you've got the single family, you got multifamily, you got the office, light industry, you've got the township designated property. That's what was all included at the time. And, you know, to change that A cup is, I mean, it goes through a bunch of public hearings. It's not like it just can be done if they want to go that route. And that's up to the township, what they want to do about it.
So what are they wanting to resell, everything that's up there that was gonna go into the apartments?
Well, no, that's a whole nother deal. That, Newscable is the one who owns the property down on New Haven Road and going up the hill. I think there's 26 acres, okay? He's wanting to sell, and I think he's got a buyer. The realtor called me, and I explained to him how everything was zoned. And then he said, well, do you think the township will want to buy that 9 acres? And I said, well, that's up to the trustees.
I couldn't understand it, guys.
And that's where I left it.
I can't tell you.
I mean, Mr. Newscable's getting older, and, you know, he wants to sell the property.
There's no spring chicken anymore.
But I was also told, you know, what they were asking for it, and I talked to a developer as to what it's really worth. It's big spread.
I mean, that's our only bargaining power we got left is.
Right. That was in the agreement.
Or to get something out of the deal that was, we were supposed to get.
I think you'd have to go through and have your meetings and then use that as a bargaining chip for where they wanna go to and what you wanna get.
See, because,
You guys can reach a negotiation with them on something.
because he was going to trade us
Right.
the piece of property on top of the hill that were supposedly was ours for the piece of property at the bottom of the hill down by the trucking company now, that little
Yeah.
Where you
eye-shaped piece there. And his attorney contacted Alan, and we met down there, and it said, well, it's a no-brainer. No, you're not gonna trade that for that, because for one, there's no water there, there's no sewer, you know, there's no gas. It's all up there on, well, why would you trade? Well, then we find out a month or two later that we don't even own that, because there was a mortgage on it. So if we would've known that, we would've made the trade.
Everything on that was screwed up.
So the whole,
Yeah.
that place was so messed up up there that,
Went into receivership, that screwed everything up.
yeah,
Yep.
so that's where we're at.
Okay.
He will be, so he's supposed to call you, because I
Okay.
told him you were, I think, part of the zoning, on the zoning board.
All right. Yep.
That's what it's about, you hear this guy call, he ain't trying to sell you nothing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, give me something. All right. Thanks, Jim.
That's it.
Okay. Mr. Dow?
I have no new business.
Okay. I really don't have any new business. I guess, the others concerned,
Have what?
none.
What?
Others concerned, down.
No other concern, no. I don't.
What's going in down there on the short road?
Sewer,
They're putting sewers, what are they gonna put right down the middle of the road or
yeah.
down there?
Yeah, over a month, I guess they're gonna be close.
They're gonna make those people all hook up to it then? Or are they just taking it down there to hook in to the other allotment so they got 2 feet lines?
No, it's,
I
it's
can
just
answer
for
that.
the,
The residents have been offered a tap in for 4,000 to tap into the sewer line,
Oh, yeah?
or they can keep the septic tank.
yeah.
I guess,
That's City of Harrison then?
Yes.
yeah, I guess there was 1 or 2 residents have been petitioning to get sewers, so they decided to do it, thinking that the others would jump on. Whether they do or don't, I guess they don't have to, but the way I've always heard, the EPA's gonna force them to anyway. Right, once there's a,
Down in front of your house.
once it's in front of your house,
Yeah.
correct.
On the wall.
It's 200, within 200, well, that's with MSD. If it's, I don't know about City of Harrison. If it's within 200 foot of your house, you gotta, from your property, you gotta hook to it. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I know a house down there towards the end, towards Edgewood, their tank, it collapsed. And, then I think they're the ones who got it started
oh,
on, what, if I gotta put a new septic system in, or then they started doing this, when then we weren't contacted or nothing. The
No.
only reason I knew about it was because the people I know lived there were telling me
That's
about
still Crosby Township, isn't
it.
it?
Yep.
correct.
It's kind of the screwy area. They live in Crosby Township.
No, there's,
Their
no, that's,
houses are, but the road is taken care of by the City of Harrison.
right, correct. That was
That's where
part of the
screwy part
agreement,
of that annexation came in.
yes.
So the road's Harrison's,
No,
and the houses are in Crosby.
I kinda thought it was sewer, but then I didn't know, I didn't hear anything about it, so.
Yeah.
Okay. Any others to share? I guess if not, the next meeting will be July the 8th. A regular meeting, July 8th at 7 o'clock. And we're going to have a talk budget meeting on July the 8th at 6:30. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Dole?
Yep.
Mr. Niehaus?
Yes.
Mr. Heiss?
Yes.